Good morning, RAHS. We want to welcome you to the 2020-21 school year. A little different start than we've had in the past. My name is Mr. Terry. I'm the assistant principal to Mr. Taylor, who is the principal. Some people call you the head principal.
That's true, and some people get us confused, although I don't think I look like Mr. Terry, and
No.
I don't think Mr. Terry looks like Mr. Taylor.
How in
but
the world would they confuse us?
I don't know. It's an interesting thing, but we will be spending some time today talking to you about how the school year will work with our hybrid situation and our virtual situation and all those other things. But the first thing we're going to do is take our masks off. Now keep in mind, masks will be required here at the high school at all times, but because we've got a plexiglass shield and we're 6 feet apart, we believe we're socially responsible and socially distanced enough so that you can actually understand what we're saying while we make this video. So the ever exciting mask taking off time is now, Mr. Terry.
You know, Mr. Taylor, it kind of reminds me of earlier today when class of 2020 graduate Annabelle Moon was trying to get in the building without a mask. She kind of forgot.
Well, she did, and you know, you have to be honest, the kids that had school last year and years prior to this, they didn't have to wear a mask when they came here. Now, we very politely, respectfully asked Annabelle to put her mask on, and she complied. And
Yeah,
so,
well, it just so happens I was filming there. Let's take a look at that situation now.
oh, very good.
So,
Well, very nice.
yeah,
Well,
she's a good kid, and you know, that's a great response, just to be polite and say, oh, I forgot, I'll put the mask on.
yeah, because it's a new experience for everyone. We're all learning how this is going to work, and there are going to be some situations where we have to figure out how does this really work, and we're going to make some mistakes, but you know what? We're going to get through it together, and it's going to be all right. And we're not going to get excited when we ask people, you know, to comply with the guidelines that we have, because we're going to do the best we can, and we're going to ask for people's cooperation and support, and I think we'll be okay.
I'm just going to carry this plexiglass with me everywhere I go.
That seems like a great idea.
I'm not. Let's talk about some of the new things at RAHS for this school year.
Okay, well, I think, you know, as we talk about what's going to happen, let's talk about what happens, kids, when you enter the building every day. Keep in mind that just like Annabelle, you're going to be asked to put your masks on. So anytime you enter the building and anytime you're in the building, in class, in the hallways, etc., you're going to have your mask on. We're going to ask you to be socially distanced to 6 feet whenever possible. So our classrooms will be set up where there are only 16 desks maximum, so there'll be 6 feet. If we put our arms out, we have 3-foot arms, we've got 6 feet in between us. So you'll be asked to do that. Let's see, what else do we need to talk about? Maybe.
You know, when you walk into each of one of your classrooms, they'll have hand sanitizer stations that you can feel free to use those as frequently as you would like to.
Mm-hmm. We will have the doors to all the classrooms and the offices and the bathrooms propped open so that kids and staff can move around the building in a clockwise fashion with as few touch points as possible. That way, if we don't touch things, we don't get our hands dirty. And kids, keep in mind that one thing you want to do is constantly keep those hands clean and keep them away from your face. That will help stop the spread of the COVID here at the school. Traffic in the hallways, some things to keep in mind. We will have arrows on the floor with some blue tape. We will go in a clockwise fashion. So those of you who use a digital clock need to understand that the face of a clock moves in this direction.
That's right.
And so if we look at the clock on the video here, Mr. Terry, we
right.
can see how that second hand is moving. That's how we'll walk in between classes. The reason we're doing that to have one traffic pattern is so we don't pass each other in the hallways face to face. We're always facing people's backs. Again, helps limit the spread of any droplets or anything else being in the air. We will not use lockers, so students will carry all their belongings with them. We don't want people stopping to congregate. We don't want to take more time in the hallways and disrupt the traffic pattern there. And when you're in the hallways, please keep moving and get to your destination as quickly as you can. How about the attendance? How will attendance work, Mr. Terry?
Well, yeah, attendance, for those of you who have been at RAHS before, sophomores, juniors, and seniors, you know that we have scanners. Scanners will, you use your ID, your student ID, to scan in when you get to class. Now, when you're virtual, you won't be able to use the scanners, so you'll sign into Google Classroom and your teachers will explain how that works. But we'll keep track of attendance with Google Classroom and the in-classroom scanner machines that we have.
Sure, and if we talk about our classes, there's a cohort of students who will be here on Mondays and Thursdays. Those are our students whose last names are between A and L. And then on Tuesdays and Fridays, we have our M through Z students by last name. So on Wednesdays, though, we don't have class. We have a virtual day. And on Wednesdays, the teachers will be here working with each other, planning, and they will have office hours. If you need to call in or email or text in and ask your teacher for some extra help, then there might be a situation, Mr. Terry, on occasion where a student actually comes in person to maybe take a summative assessment or to get a little one-on-one tutoring or whatever. But mostly on Wednesday, there will be time set aside for teachers to get their planning, because for the teachers as well as the students, this is all new, and so they'll be able to help each other figure out how to best serve the needs of those 925 or so kids that come to RAHS every day.
That's right. Our bell schedule looks pretty much the same as our old Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday
Thursday
version last year. We haven't been in school for a while, so it's kind of not coming back to me very quickly, but
Right.
I'll put a bell schedule up on the screen there you can see here. And we're done by 3:10 every day, right?
Yes, one of the new things this year, in an effort to shorten the amount of time students are on buses that transfer and other things, the high school will be dismissing at 3:10 p.m. That will not shorten up any classes. We won't cut you out of any classroom content. We will simply shorten up our RTI time. We will have RTI at the end of the day, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, but it will only be about 15 minutes, as you can see from the bell schedule that Mr. Terry put up on the screen. So those are some things you need to know. One of the most important things, we'll take a second, we'll catch our breath, and then we'll add this really most important thing. Okay, we're caught up. Last spring, when we went to the virtual situation, we had a pass-fail grading system. Now, in the words of one of my favorite movie stars, Wayne from Wayne's World, it's game on. Okay, you're probably too young to remember Wayne's World, but if you haven't seen it, go to Netflix, Amazon Prime, wherever you get your great movies, and watch Wayne's World. Grading is back. We will have our A, B, C, Ds, and any other grades that we normally have. You'll be expected to complete your assignments and do those things. We will have GPAs back, etc. So please remember, grades are game on, no pass fail. That's a very important thing to have. Let's talk a little bit about some differences between what kids will be doing while they're here on Mondays and Thursdays, or maybe they're at home. So if you and I have, for instance, AP chemistry, which is probably never going to happen.
No, it never did and never will.
No, but if we had it, and my last name put me on the Monday, Thursday, and your last name put you on the Tuesday, Friday, and I'm here on a Monday, what might I see as far as the class goes?
You know, I could speculate all day long, but I think the best way to answer that question is maybe go talk to a couple teachers and have them let us know. How about that?
I think that's a fantastic.
Here at Reedsburg Area High School, whether you're a student who is joining us live and in person or participating in the learning from the comfort of home virtually, every day your teachers will be prepared to present you with opportunities to learn and grow in your education. In class, students will enjoy a traditional experience as you've known for years. For those of you who will be learning from home, there will be lots of times where you can tune in and join what's going on in the classroom, as some of our celebrity long ago students are enjoying. When you have questions, ask us and we'll have answers. When you are confused about something, use email or any other communication method that comes to mind to contact us, and we will help you out. For those of you who are here live and in person, just make sure you socially distance so we can keep going live and in person as long as possible.
Thank you to those teachers who helped us out there. And you know, one final thing maybe is that our job here is to help keep everyone safe and to ensure that you have a great school year. So if you need anything throughout the week, throughout the day, please contact one of us, one of the counselors, and let them know that you need some help, and we're going to be there for you. We want to make this hybrid learning experience a positive one. We want to make sure that we get to come to school, And so your cooperation is greatly appreciated in that endeavor. So any other thing we need to cover?
I just piggyback on that real quickly. Probably one of the most important things we can do to keep us here is wear those masks, socially distance. But again, as Mr. Terry said, we're here to help you. The teachers have been working really hard the last couple weeks getting set up for this hybrid situation, and we're really hopeful that we can keep it. We will be having activities, and our clubs will meet, so you need to talk to your club advisors. If you have any questions about any of our activities, check with Mr. Yeager, our activities director. But again, let's be safe, let's be patient, because this is going to be new for everyone, and we're going to do the best we can. And again, if you need any help, find one of the two bald guys who are not really that similar looking. I'm Mr. Terry. No, I'm Mr. Taylor.
Yeah, that's right.
And you're?
Mr. Terry.
Okay, and thanks for being with us today. We hope you have a great year. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Welcome back to school, everybody. It's going to be a weird year, but at the same time, it's going to be a great year.